By definition, we know that the universe is made up of all the planets, stars, black holes, galaxies, clusters, space, and time itself. But what exactly is the universe made up of? To answer this question, we would have to take a look at the building blocks of the universe, and that needs a dive into the Standard Model. The Standard Model is like the periodic table of quantum mechanics. It is a list of all the basic particles that are known to mankind. The Standard Model can be separated into the Fermions, which are the particles that make up all the matter that we see in the universe, and also the Bosons, which are the force carriers. The Fermions consist of quarks like the up and down quarks that make up protons and neutrons. It also consists of leptons like the electrons and the neutrinos. The bosons are made up of the gauge bosons and the scalar boson. The gauge bosons consist of photons and gluons that give rise to electromagnetic force and the strong nuclear force respectively, amongst other bosons. The scalar boson is the Higgs boson that gives masses to the other fundamental particles. Apart from these, each of the fermions also have their antimatter counterparts. Together, these particles are what make up everything you see in the universe, and were also thought to govern everything that happens in the universe. However, as science progressed, we found out that this must be only a small part of the entire story. Everything that we interact with in the entire universe is present in the Standard Model, but that makes up only 4.9% of all the entities that possibly exist in the universe. To explain the rest of the 95.1% of the universe, we will need some foundational concepts. Gravity is a fundamental force that pulls things together, and it is dependent on mass. The more massive a pair of objects are, the greater is the gravitational attraction between them. However, this force reduces by the square of the distance between the two objects in question. This gravity is what holds galaxies together. Similarly, centrifugal force is a fictitious force that arises from the inherent resistance that any object has against the change in direction. Therefore, any object that rotates about a point will experience this outward force, which is directly proportional to the square of the speed and inversely proportional to the radius. Therefore, the objects at the edge of galaxies need to be traveling much slower than they are currently observed to be traveling in order to stay gravitationally bound to the galaxy. As these objects are gravitationally bound to the galaxy, this means that there must be some sort of missing matter in the galaxies to provide this extra required gravitational force. This matter, which we cannot yet detect, yet must be present, is what scientists have termed dark matter, and upon calculating how much of it is necessary, they have come to the conclusion that 26.8% of everything present in the entire universe must be dark matter. This leaves us with the remaining 68.3%. The start of the universe occurred in what we call the Big Bang. The universe started off as an extremely dense point, after which space itself expanded to form the universe we see today. However, based on the predictions, with all the mass and particles understood so far, the universe should slowly reduce the rate of expansion at least. However, the universe is not only still expanding, but also the expansion is accelerating, and that needs energy. Yet, we are unaware of the true nature of this energy. All we know is that it exists and it dominates over the rest of the mass and energy present in the universe. This energy was termed dark energy. On calculating the amount by which the universe is accelerating, scientists could see that 68.3% of everything in the universe should be made of dark energy. So to conclude, the universe is made up of regular matter, dark matter, and also dark energy. Regular matter is made up of fermions and bosons, which account for all the matter that we can see. and the forces that we can interact with on a regular basis. Even though this is everything we interact with, it is only 4.9% of the universe. Dark matter is a theoretical construct that was made by scientists to explain the stars present at the edges of galaxies that revolve much faster than should be possible with only regular matter. This accounts for 26.8% of the universe. Finally, dark energy is the best assumption we have to explain the accelerated expansion of the universe that will eventually determine the fate of the universe. As usual, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully, this video helped you learn something. There's a lot more coming up, but till then, be sure to keep yourself engaged with regular facts by following PhysiFacts on Instagram. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and be ready to keep learning.